Today is the day. Today we break ground on our new home. Well, our only home in our new world. What is going on, everybody? It's Joshiebear, and we're back playing the Minecraft. That's right. So, an exciting time because we've finally got our home and we've got the basics. We've got ourselves some farms, which I've expanded. We've got our cow crusher over there. We've got a mine, got some trees and a boat. But there's still one thing left for us to get to really make this spot ours. We need a home. So that's the plan. We're going to get our house built today. I think, I hope, I pray. But everything should be all right. It should be okay. Now, before we get too carried away, we do have some work to do. One, we need to get over here and clear out some of this land. We'll just grab free cam here for a minute. So this is where our new home is going to be. And originally I was going to kind of put it up here. But I think I want to clear, like, actually I want to use this spot right here. So clearing out from, like, kind of rounding this off back there and flattening this out a little bit. So that way we've got plenty of space to work with. We also need a good way to get back and forth over there. I think we're going to have to use our boat for a while until we get some of this all ironed out. Now, I will tell you, I did some caving while we were away, and I got myself plenty of iron. Yeah, it was nice. And actually, the mine that I have, I shouldn't say caving. I went mining, and I ran into a cave, which happens to lead into our big hole in the ground. So we have easy access to that area when we're ready to go. There we go. We got ourselves 3 nice dirt shovels. Or dirt shovels. We got 3 nice iron shovels to get ourselves ready to go. I don't remember if I fed my cows either. We might as well do that while we're here. Hi, cows. Hi. Hi, cows. I guess I didn't feed them. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up my bed. I'm actually going to grab a little bit more of this wood just in case we would need to build chests. And we're just going to boat over there. I'm going to set my bed down. Maybe. My squid. My salmon. All right. I'm just going to kind of set the bed right here. But yeah, this area, this level, Y64, as it says, is really where we're going to put the house. There's plenty of space for us to work with, so we shouldn't have to go too far back here. But we're definitely going to want to clear out some of this area here. So I think, just kind of looking at it, we could probably round it back into there. We should be fine. Yeah, I think, yeah, okay. Let's just get into it. Right. Time lapse time. Yay. I knew exactly where I wanted this house, but I had no idea what it would look like or how much functionality I was going to put inside the 4 walls. Luckily, all I needed to do here was dig. While digging, I decided to expand the levels out instead of digging out the next 2 layers of dirt. And I think it turned out pretty good. I did run out of dirt, but since I was already on the dirt digging grind, I cleared more around the mountain cave river that runs in, I'm not sure what to call it yet. Oh, and pillagers have also started to spawn randomly, so we'll need to watch out for that moving forward. But this really didn't take that long, and it was time to start building. And there's the fruit of our labor. It doesn't look like much, but the area definitely has definitely changed. So now our big question is, how do we want to lay things out? I'm still, at least as far as like the outside, still trying to figure out what I want to do. But that's okay because I have an idea of how I want at least the inside to lay out. And I was thinking, everybody, or not everybody, but at least every time I try to build a house, I'm so concerned about, well, you go in and then I build like the inside where I put like my bed. And then I'm like, oh, I need a place for storage. So I dig out like a basement. And then it's like, okay, I go in my house and I have to go downstairs to get into my storage. And I got to come back up. Um, I think, I think I want to do this a little bit differently this time. Um, we know we don't want a huge house here, but we want to make sure we've got enough space for the things that we want. And for this house, there's really two sections that are important. One is a living area, and two is a storage area. And I thought, what if we put our storage area right in the entrance? So, like, the first floor that you walk into is just chests and storage. And then the second floor is the living area. Means that I can just kind of run in my house, clear out my inventory, and go upstairs. Or, like, if I'm getting ready to go out for the day, I'm upstairs. I come down right into my storage area so I can, like, either clear out the inventory that I didn't or get the things that I need for whatever it is that we're working on. Efficiency, I think, is the key here. Doesn't mean it won't look nice or as nice as I can make it, but it makes things a little more convenient. I think we'll see how well it works out. But I guess the first step is to break ground, and I think it's going to kind of sit within these torches that I've got here. And I didn't really measure it out all that much. I think this is probably as far over as I want to go. So we'll yeah, just go like that. Okay, I think that is, yeah, I think that's a good start here. Now, as far as the flooring goes, I think I'm just going to go with oak planks. We're going to use a mixture of spruce and oak. But I think we also might consider doing something like this, like getting a few logs in there to strip out, just to kind of give it like a I've been used a little bit kind of vibe, you know? So that should give us a good amount of storage. We can kind of put it around the edges here. The walls will actually come out to, I think, to this section here, like this. That should be all right. Basically, this is how the outside is going to play out. Throwing in a little bit of cobblestone here and there to give it just a little bit of wear. Kind of like that. Like I talk about it like I know what I'm talking about here. We can give it some character, you know? That's what I'm really looking for. Like, it's not going to be this grand build, but it's going to have some character, you know? So first, I'm going to warn you, there's going to be a lot of this in this episode. And second, shameless self-promotion, why don't you go ahead and leave a like or a comment on the video and let me know what you think. Of course, I needed more resources to start the build, so I went into the mine and dug out some cobblestone. I realized then I needed more coal, so I went on the search for some coal. It was also a good opportunity to go explore that mountain, river, cave, river, mountain thing. I think we're going to have to get an official name for that. That would be a great topic to comment on right now. Once I had the stone bricks and other stone variants I wanted, it was right to work. Now, this really isn't a complicated build, but without a plan or scaffolding to help you get up and down, this project took a lot more effort and brain power than I honestly had at that moment in time. I had found some inspiration for the build, but I couldn't quite get the look I was going for. You see, a few different times I would build something, then tear it down, then rebuild. It's just it just wasn't clicking. Even the roof was a struggle. Though I always struggle with roofs. So I was hoping that we could avoid this situation. Um, but we are kind of out of materials. I can't finish my roof. I've got enough spruce, but I need more granite. And I'm probably going to need some more clay for bricks because I want to mix in some brick in there. But yeah, it's been a struggle. I'm not going to lie. This has been I would it's been challenging. I've been trying my best to reference other builds and just like inspirational pictures. And this is kind of how far I've got. It's starting to become what I envisioned. Um, I did flip. I was going to have the roof peak this way, but I think I'll have it go this way, and maybe we'll have like a window right here, like a dormer. Is that what it's called? I don't know the house part names, but yeah, like a little window that pops out this way, just to kind of give it a little bit more feel. But I feel like it is starting to come together pretty well. Um, just going to take some tweaks and some more resources. So I need to go down into the mines and gather a little bit more. I also need the pickaxe. All right. Well, let's just go do that now. Coming into these kind of things with a plan is definitely the best option. I again, I tried my best with just some reference material and of knowing, okay, here's what I want, here's how the layout, how I want it to eventually lay out. It's just like my brain is just not processing it fully here. And you know what? That's okay. I think I think it could be worse. It could be a lot better. But I'm going to go ahead and try to finish up this roof. And I think we come back like right after I'm finished, and I don't know, talk about how much of a pain this was and how many times I've changed this roof since we last spoke. And as you can see, the building and rebuilding continued with the roof. But after all the digging and collecting and crafting and block placing, I only found a groove, and my vision was starting to take shape. Is it perfectly polished? No, we still have some work to do there. But we can now stop looking at this area as just a place to put our stuff. It is now starting to become our true home. And there we have it. We have we have a house. Yeah, I think there's still some work to be done. As far as details go, it's it's serviceable. There's definitely some things I want to put around the edges here. And we certainly need to start to like work out the land around it because right now, if you look at it, it just looks like it was just kind of plopped in there. Um, certainly want to make sure that we can tie everything in to the of rest of the area. That way, it's not just there. But yeah, Yeah, I'm actually finally feeling in a like I'm in a good spot with the way it looks. It took me forever. I don't know how many times I tore something out, put it back in, and of course you saw a lot of that. So um, the only thing that we really need to do at this point is the inside, and I think I'm going to leave that for kind of as like a surprise because yeah, I'm going to need to plan a little bit more than what we did here. Because if I learned anything from this build, it's that planning. Yeah, it's a thing, and there's a reason why you do it. It's so you actually don't struggle with a build. But I haven't really taken a look at it from a distance here. Uh, Not bad. Like if I'm just kind of over here, what does that look like? Not bad. Not bad. Looks pretty cool from here. All right, so want to take a moment to feed my cows while we wrap things up. So I think the next episode is going to be very much still concentrated on the house, like getting the inside at least started. But also the area around it. We want to make sure that we have again everything tied into the area, tied into the land, so it looks a little more less of a new build and more of a it's been here for a little bit. That kind of thing. Go ahead and harvest our wheat too. Yeah. We also need to get our storage area filled with chests. So that way we can actually start storing things in our home. That shouldn't take much more than just um, chopping down some trees and just making the chests. So that's something we could probably kind of do as we go. Then once we have what we think is at least a functional inside of our house, I do want to come through and it's going to involve a little bit more terraforming, but I do want to get a path kind of running from the house area all the way over into the farm area, and then figure out a good way to branch it off into the other sections. So that way we at least have a place to walk. Because right now it's like I can take a boat back and forth, which my boat is still all the way over there. But I don't need to take a boat to the things that I have. So why? Probably going to involve maybe a bridge across this because I kind of want to keep this. This is kind of cool to have. Um, it's not sure yet. So I'm gonna take some time to work all of that out, and then after that, I think we're gonna need to go caving. It's not something we've really done yet. We know we've got access to a massive cave over there and a massive cave over there. So I not sure how we want to do that. Maybe that's what we do in the next episode, and in between episodes, I'm kind of just putting together all of the pathway that I want. Who knows? We'll see. But I think we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. We did a lot of work, though. A lot of it was time lapse, just footage while I mindlessly tried to build. But I think the result is definitely worth it. Hopefully, you think the result is worth it. I don't know. Let me know. Is there anything that you would do differently for this build? Probably a lot. Maybe not a lot. Maybe you think it's perfect. Either way, let me know. And yeah, good day. A lot of work.